criminal justice, healing, education. Time to awaken the people.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are currently watching. You guys should know me by now, but if you're new to this platform, my name is Holly Sisa. I am the founder / host of this lovely program, Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. So before we get this episode started, I do want to apologize to our viewers. Senator Fields is not here for reasons unknown. So the episode will be going in a completely different direction. I apologize for those of you that wanted to see her. I wanted to speak with her as well, but for reasons unknown, she is not here. So the episode will be going in a completely different direction. But as you guys know, before we get the episode started, we like to do a few housekeeping tools. So here is a message from some of our lovely, lovely partners.
Jeanette Sayers here from Imuna Soaps and Essentials. Just wanted to send out a reminder for all of you Morning Mimosa community members. If you go to my website and use promo code MM23, you will get a percentage off of your entire order. And my website is www.emunahsoaps.com. God bless.
Hey y'all, it's Auntie Harley, CEO, founder, and owner, lots of hats, of Gaines Crafts. Speaking of hats, our signature product, the flower crown, can be found right at our Instagram page, Gaines Crafts. But that's not even why we're here. I'm here today, number one, to give a shameless plug for these do-rags, because y'all been eating these up, okay? And number two, I'm giving another shameless plug. If you mention the amazing podcast, Morning Mimosas, shout out to the beautiful host, Holly, at your checkout, you get $10 off your full order. And we make some of everything, baby, not just do-rags and hats. So definitely come see us over at Gaines Crafts. If we haven't made it already, if you send us an idea, we could probably make it for you. We adore you. We love you. From our family to yours, get you something handmade.
So those are just some of Morning Mimosa's lovely, lovely partners. But since I said earlier, Miss Senator Fields is here for reasons unknown. So the episode we'll be talking about a variety of topics today. And let's go ahead and welcome the co-host of today, aka now the special guest / co-host. But before we do that, here at Morning Mimosas, what do? We give a proper welcome. So let's welcome Miss Meisha Gaines to Morning Mimosas.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Yes, thank you for having me today. I'm excited.
I'm so happy to have you on here today. I was looking forward to us having the conversation with the senator, but, we'll just have a conversation amongst ourselves. So before we get the episode started, you guys, as you guys know, she is also a super dope artist. Okay, so let's start giving flowers out, because I like to do that. She's also a super dope artist, and she's also multifaceted. And then you guys will also hear her lovely infant daughter in the background. She's so adorable. So, like I said, this episode is going to be very, very laid back, but it'll also take some very serious turns, because we will be talking about a subject where her and I currently live. We live in Colorado, so we will bring up a case here shortly. But before we get that started, I wanted to bring her on here, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what she does with her photography business. So let's go ahead and share her photography business with the world. You guys, so that is her photography business. So if you are in the Denver area, Denver metro area, please book her. She does my photos, and they are amazing, and it is well worth the price. So please, if you guys need the information, I will also put that in the comment section for you guys. Okay. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the world, especially lately.
Girl.
And I don't even know where to start with this, but we are going to start with the case that happened here in Aurora, Colorado. As a lot of you guys know, Mr. Lewis, on May 23rd, 2024, he was killed by a useless officer named Michael Deet. And 2 days later, he succumbed to his injuries in the hospital. This young man, I will show him again, was a father of two. He had a wife, and he had a beautiful family that now misses him. As you guys know, I value human life, no matter what your race is.
Yes.
But I focus on the cases pertaining to people of my color, because I can only truly speak on my community from where I come from. And we see cases like this time and time again, where the police officers are not being held accountable. And this officer is still patrolling Aurora, Colorado streets after he killed this innocent, unarmed Black man.
Which is really scary to me, especially having little brothers and my dad and cousins, and knowing that, you know, they could potentially just go to the store or get pulled over or just walk down the street and get shot and killed. And then the person who does it is not going to be, you know, held for their crimes. They're not even going to be, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy. There's no consequences for them, and it's disgusting. So,
you know, yeah, and you're absolutely right. It is absolutely disgusting. I don't know. I guess when I was growing up, when I started learning about the law, because I wanted to be a lawyer. When I started learning about the law, nobody's above the law. Last time that I checked. Rest in peace, Nipsey. So, you know, I'm just really confused why police officers don't hold other police officers to the same higher standards. But oops, we know why.
Yeah, it gets deeper than that. It's the judges too. It's the people who are sentencing people to crimes for petty crimes for years, but then when people are actually murdering someone, you know, they just get a slap on the wrist and paid leave. So
disgusting.
Yeah,
absolutely disgusting. I was going to show the footage, but out of respect for the family, I will not do that. If you guys want to find it, please look for the footage yourself, please. It's very graphic to see how that police officer had no regard, didn't even bother to take the time to see if what that man had was a gun or a cell phone. He had a cell phone.
Mm-hmm. And see, they can say anything is a gun. We could be holding a can of soda and it's a gun. So
I don't know. I'm that whole case is just very, very, very disturbing. But what I've loved is how the communities have come forward to help the family and help the family seek justice. I've been seeing the clips of the family at Aurora City Hall trying to get justice for Mr. Lewis, because he definitely deserves that. So I'm loving that everybody's coming together in the name of justice for this young man, because he did not deserve that. The thing that is upsetting, for the, obviously the people who are for the officer, is that the officer was serving a warrant to that young man, but the victim in that case was blind. So I don't even know if that case was supposed to even really be happening. So that's for another time. But
yeah. And this is the thing that people always do when another Black man gets shot and killed. They always say, well, what was he doing? He shouldn't have been walking so fast. He shouldn't have wore a black hoodie. He shouldn't have walked from the store to his house. Like, he shouldn't have been at his own home. Like, anything is an excuse for people. And we see James Holmes go into a movie theater and shoot it up. And he is still alive today. He blew up his own house trying to kill police officers, and they were able to take him in without killing him. So why can't we have that same treatment of, we don't even have a weapon, and yet he can bring AK-47s into a movie theater and still be arrested and taken for trial? But we don't get that. We're not able to get a trial. It's
I'm
like
really
we
happy that
literally get cold blood. So
I'm happy that you brought up that comparison, because that comparison is one of the exact comparisons that I was actually going to use. That man killed 12 people. Okay. He shot 70 people total and killed 12 of them. And I knew a lot of them. And I knew one of the victims, because I went to school with him.
yes, I knew one of the victims as well. He was a security guard at my high school. And it's like, wow, like we can't even go to the movies and feel safe. But this is the thing about it. They were able to arrest him. They were able to unarm him. But why don't they take that same time when it's just one of us walking down the street with a bag of Skittles? So doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. But it's something that one of my old co-hosts had said that resonated with me. It's because the police are actually here to make sure that they're controlling us Black folks and minority folks. Let's be honest. We all know that the police are the biggest gang in the world. We all know it.
Thank you.
Okay. And they can pretty much get away with whatever they want. We see it every fucking day. We see it every fucking day. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous how much things they get away with. So I'm gonna bring up a story, because you guys know me. I always have a story to tell you guys to make sure that it resonates. There was a young woman by the name of Phyllis Malone. She was a 28-year-old woman. She was murdered in 2008, the same year my daughter was murdered. And she was murdered by a Memphis police officer. Guess how much time he got?
Nothing.
24 years, which is nothing to me.
You're right. When it comes to taking someone's life, I mean, their family never gets them back. So
and it was good behavior, and he's the cop. He's probably out by now, because that was 2008. It's 2024.
yeah. And the thing is, for the police officer we were talking about earlier, he's just out there patrolling still. He could pull one of us over at any point because we live here, and anything can happen. And it's like, why do we have to feel unsafe? Like, they're supposed to be protecting and serving, but no. Somehow we always get killed.
I'm
Like,
sorry. That protect and serve has been bullshit for the last 20 years. Okay, like, let's be honest. Do we even see that written on the police cars anymore?
no, I
It's
mean,
not
I
even on there
feel
anymore.
safer with the fire department. I feel safer calling them for something than the police, you know? They actually will help you. So,
If you're just joining us, we are currently just talking about Mr. Lewis. This young man was shot on May 23rd in Aurora, Colorado, by useless officer Michael Deek, and he lost his life 2 days later. And here in the city of Aurora and the surrounding areas, we are all fighting for this officer to get charges pressed against him and for him to be held to the fullest extent of the law, because he did not follow proper protocol when executing that warrant, first and foremost, and then not properly checking the now victim to make sure that the item was either truly a weapon or a cell phone or anything of that nature. If you guys know me, and Meisha, I love you. I'm about to go on a tirade for a second because this shit really pisses me off. Aurora Police, I've had a vendetta against you guys since you guys did that shit with me and my daughter. When you guys deemed my daughter's death an accidental drowning, I have never forgiven y'all for that. And you guys continuously destroy minority families with your antics. May I mention Elijah McClain?
sad. Wasn't doing a damn thing. And wasn't a threat to anyone. That's what they always say. I felt threatened. I feel threatened by you. Like, I feel more threatened by the police than anyone. It actually gives me PTSD, and I'm not even doing anything. If I see a police officer or a car, so many things have happened that I can't trust them to do their job. So when I see them, I'm like, oh, we got to get out of here. I could be doing nothing. I could just be standing there. I'm like, oh, no, I got to go. Because you never know what's going to happen with the police. They could accuse you of something somebody else did. And it's just fine for them to whoop your ass because you look like somebody. So, mm-mm.
It is so hurtful. Seriously, it's just so much, and I feel for the family, and I did an episode about this situation already, and I've expressed my love and my support to the family. If you guys need anything from me, I am there. I will continue to advocate alongside you guys, along with the community, because this story of this young man is absolutely heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And I'm going to show his face here momentarily so you guys can see this brother's face. This brother was a father. He was a son. He was a husband. And what was he? Most and foremost, human. Since people seem to forget that we're human.
Well, that was indoctrinated into this country. They have deemed us to be some type of animal that doesn't feel pain and that can be used and abused without having any type of repercussions. And it's like, this is generational trauma.
Yeah.
Literally.
So you know what? Since you mentioned generational trauma, even though we're both drinking water, that deserved a sip moment.
Exactly.
I need to sip for that, because here's another thing too about generational traumas. Until we, as a community, as Black people, as minorities, unless we all come together, they're going to continue doing this. I'm not blaming Mr. Lewis for his death. I'm talking about something broader. We
Yeah.
need to start coming together and stop, hating on each other, killing each other. We have to band together so we can protect each other, because the police ain't gonna protect us like that.
Well, that's why we had the Black Panther Party. I mean, they literally wore our police for our own community. And it's sad that, people can't get together like we used to. But if we could stop, like you said, hating on each other and trying to compete, then we can all win at the same time. So
Speaking, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and switch this subject a little bit. So I actually wanted you to come on here and talk about a little bit about what you do as well, and just let the people know about the different things you have going on in the community, your business, not like your business, but like your business.
girl, yes, thank you for bringing me on. And first, I want to shout you out for your podcast. What you're doing is amazing and is very important for our community. If we don't hear about these stories and we just kind of go about our day to day life, we become out of touch. So I love that you highlight these topics. My name is Meisha Ms'hale. I am the owner of a graphic design company as well as an event planning company. So I do photography, event planning, kind of like the whole shebang. So if you need anyone to like get your gig together, that includes DJs, photographers, videographers, vendors, venues, I got you. Even if you just need a place to host your party, I can help you find that as well. What I love about my work, especially my photography, I highlight our community. I love going to our events, supporting Black artists, Black entrepreneurs, just anyone who's doing something in our community. I love it, and I love to support them by taking pictures for them, advertising for them on social media, and I really love what you're doing, so I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah, when I say that, I've been, following her for a little bit, and me and her, we spoke a little bit as well. Um, it's just amazing that her and I were able to connect. And when we did Juneteenth together, it was absolutely beautiful how many connections that her and I were able to make with the different vendors and within the community. I am going to share a little story about Juneteenth because I know a lot of people in Denver were there. I actually got her to go up to that karaoke. What was that? Was it doing karaoke? Or was it just like, if you have a message or if you want to sing?
Yeah, like an open mic.
Yeah. So we had went up to that, and I had gotten her to do a little bit of one of her songs. I was just like, "You're super duper talented. Why don't you just perform here, just real quick?" You feel me? So I was really, really glad that you were able to get on that stage and do that. That was so dope, and I'm so proud of her. Whenever I can get the footage, I will be sharing with you guys the performance that they did at the beginning of the Colorado Black Arts Festival yesterday, July 12th. So she performed with my little sister yesterday, and it was absolutely dope.
Thank you.
And I just want to make sure you guys see that footage. Girl, absolutely. I told you I support. It was hot as hell, but I support.
And I love the fact that you got on stage as well, and you gave a powerful message about what we were just talking about when we were at the Juneteenth festival. They, were listening. You definitely told everybody we need to come together and put aside these petty differences. So yeah, I agree.
Girl, but it's gonna take a long time for us to get to that place, though.
Well, if I'm bringing in, something deep in the scriptures, it says that our people are cursed because we will not be obedient to God. And if we turn back to Him and repent, then He will heal our land and our people. And by our people, I mean our people. Okay, we are the tribe. So yeah.
See, it's interesting when I mention that, people are like, so you think God, God don't answer prayers and stuff like that. I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe in God, but I believe that Jesus is not going to come back to this land because of the amount of immorality that we have in this country. So I'm gonna speak on something that happened recently back in Memphis, Tennessee again. Jesus, that city. So there was a young mother. I need to have her name. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I have her name. I just watched an episode about the mother. A young mother was murdered at a Church's Chicken a few days ago in Tennessee. So it's really sad. I remember the shooter's name, but yeah. So a lady named Monica in Memphis, Tennessee, shot and killed a Church's Chicken employee because she got her chicken order wrong.
What? Mm-mm. Shot and killed her about some chicken.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ain't nothing but the devil. Because who does that? Who does that? And how old
Now
was this
she's
woman who
the
committed the
victim.
crime? No, the one who
Late
shot her. Yeah.
late 40s.
Mm-mm.
Hold on, let me make sure. I want to make sure I have the right information because I want to make sure we honor the victim correctly. Memphis. Guys, just bear with me momentarily here. Okay. So, on what day was this? So, a few days ago, 45-year-old Monica Williams went to the Church's Chicken. Oh, so Monday. It was on Monday night. On Monday, this past Monday, Monica Williams went to the Church's Chicken in search of getting food for the night. The Church's Chicken employee, Miss Anitra West, was working that night, and they got into an argument. Miss Monica argued with Miss West about her chicken order, and because it wasn't right, she pulled out a gun and shot her multiple times.
It's horrible. And how long did she already get sentenced? Is she in jail right now?
She's on the run.
That's crazy.
So here goes my big mouth for my fans in Tennessee. If you guys see Monica Williams, call the Memphis police and get her arrested, please. And I will gladly provide the Memphis police phone number in the comments as well. She has purple hair, braided into a very nice hairstyle, even though she's an evil bitch. And she was seen wearing a black shirt that day. Monica Williams.
Running around with a gun still.
After she killed somebody over some chicken.
Well, they better hurry up and find her before she kills someone else over something stupid. Like, what? This probably isn't even her first time shooting somebody, because that sounds like you just got problems. Like,
yeah. So according to Fox 13, that's Fox in Memphis, the suspect in this case has a violent past. And another thing that is very frustrating about this case is that bitch is a grandma.
What? And she out here shooting people over a chicken? And for her to have a violent past, that means the police already know she's crazy. So y'all just let her done.
That's another thing too. These people who have committed multiple like violent offenses and are able to walk amongst us people who don't do stupid shit like that. It just blows my mind. And that's another thing I don't like about the police or the justice system. Like there's just so many cases, like this is a prime example of why you need to keep people who are violent in prison.
Yeah.
Why do
Because they
y'all try to give these? Go ahead,
they
go ahead.
keep
Because
on they keep on reoffending. And I feel like, let's say something happened one time and somebody, served their time and changed their life. But if someone keeps on doing this over and over again, it's obviously not doing them any good to just keep going to jail. They need to stay there.
slaps on the wrist every time. Slaps on the wrist every time. No concern, no nothing. So guys, just give me 1 second here. I'm actually trying to show you guys a photograph of both Miss Anitra West and Miss, excuse me, not Miss Monica, because I don't have any respect for her. So, like I said, if you're in the Memphis, Tennessee area and you see this bitch, call the Memphis police, because she does not need to be walking around among us. As I was reading the article on Fox 13, I saw her victim from 2004 that she had, I think either she shot or beat. And I'm just like, you guys just keep going. So here is the victim of the shooting from Monday night. This is Miss Anitra West. She was 48 years old when she lost her life. She had a 12-year-old daughter, and the clip of her daughter talking is one that really broke my heart. A 12-year-old went on the news and said to the suspect, "I hope you die." And I agree. Sorry, I don't wish that kind of stuff on people, but I feel like if you take a life, you don't need to breathe. Sorry. The only time it's ever justifiable is self-defense. Period. If you killing people or anything outside of that, you're weak. And Miss West lost her life because she was doing her job.
And now that woman is on the run. They need to pull some resources together to find her before she kills someone else.
Speaking of the devil, here she is in full form. This is Miss Monica Williams, the 45-year-old woman who is not only suspected, we know for a fact that she did it. She's the one that pulled up to the Church's Chicken on Park Ave in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is the actual footage from the day. I don't know what kind of car that is, but for my Memphis, Tennessee people, this is the lady. You see the purple hair. You see the vehicle with a sunroof. If you guys see this woman, please, please, please call the Memphis police, because she does not need to be on the Memphis streets.
Amen.
She needs to be locked and put away. She had no right to take this woman's life. She had no right to do that, especially over some fucking chicken.
That's the part that is unsettling. Like, you get so mad over some chicken that you would take someone's life. Like, there's something really wrong with you. And if her past is showing the police, like, oh, she's willing to just beat people up and almost kill them, she should already been in jail.
It's and this also goes back to what I preach a lot about mental health, because it's Minority Mental Health Month. I wasn't going to end the episode without mentioning that. It's Minority Mental Health. Y'all take care of your mental health, okay? Go to therapy if you need therapy. Do something to take care of your mental health. I'm so sick and tired of people lacking emotional intelligence. Okay? People are so fucking impulsive now. You guys just be like, okay, this person dumped me, I'm gonna go kill them. Oh, this person don't want me, I'm gonna go harm them. Oh, I didn't get that job, I'm gonna go harm that boss. These are all things that we've all seen in real life. We've all seen stories like that. Yep. Oh, I don't like white people, I'm gonna go shoot up at King Soopers in Boulder.
It's crazy. People even shoot up churches, like real churches, like with kids in it. Like they shoot up elementary schools. Who shoots up an elementary school? That's what really, like, just You don't see that in other countries, people going and shooting up little kids. It's in America that you see all this stuff. Like,
this country is very unsettling, for sure. And then we have people like Trump who are running for president, thus making our communities more divided, because that's a whole other subject. But it's
that's a whole episode in itself, girl.
It sure is. It sure is. But if you guys joined us today, we talked a little bit about Mr. Lewis. I'm going to mention again that he lost his life. He was shot on May 23rd, 2024, and then he died 2 days later in I think Aurora hospital. We are seeking justice for him and his family, and we are seeking for an indictment against the officer of Michael Deek. So please, 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 whether you're in Colorado or not, please flood the emails of Aurora police. Call Aurora police. Get on their asses until they hold their colleague responsible for this unnecessary homicide of this young man. And going back to this beautiful woman, Miss Anitra West of Memphis, Tennessee, who lost her life a few days ago. We are also asking for justice for her because she lost her life in an ignorant manner. It was ignorance. It's over some chicken. It was ignorant. So we are calling for justice for her, and we are calling for the arrest of this stank hoe. I'm sorry. You guys don't usually hear me talk like that, but you guys know me.
Yeah, she really is for what she did, and it seems like she's never really learned her lesson in life, that you can't just hurt people when you don't get your way. And it's like she needs to get taken to prison for the rest of her life. I mean, I don't know if they do that there, but she shouldn't get no 24, 25 years like those other people. She needs to stay there forever. So, because now that little girl, she doesn't have her mom anymore. Like, that's something, you don't get that back.
Causing trauma on the 12-year-old girl. She doesn't have her mom no more. Thus now she's going to need all kinds of mental help to get through that.
Exactly. Just because her mom was working, trying to bring some money home, she ended up getting shot. Like, that's ridiculous. You can't even go to work now. So.
And then another thing we covered on this episode is what we got to speak to Miss Meisha a little bit about her business as well, because, you know, she's also one of my lovely partners and a sister and a friend to Morning Mimosas podcast. So we also wanted to make sure that we highlighted a little bit of what she does. I am going to bring her back on an episode of specifically her own, so we can discuss more deeply about the stuff that she does, and she can share a little bit more deeply. But we just wanted to make sure that you guys heard a little bit about what she does, get to know the face, because you will see her face, especially coinciding with Morning Mimosas and myself. So I just want to thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you for bearing with me with the last minute changes that we had to do. I appreciate your participation today. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed being here and, listening to you cover these topics that I know you're very passionate about. That's what I love about you. You're not just bringing up some stuff that you heard from somebody. Like, this is stuff you've sat there and researched and stuff that has really touched your heart. So I appreciate you going over all of this and for having me. And my little baby, I know you guys can hear her. She's 5 months, so yeah.
She is so precious. But as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas. We value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities with a note that we love all people. We will see you guys next month. Ta-ta.
Thank you.